All right, welcome everyone to the comic panel. I'm Cody.
I'm Talon.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Shawenta.
For those who are listening for the first time, we are a bi-weekly radio show podcast comic book club covering any and everything regarding comics and manga. We have each co-host pick a book that follows a specific theme and review a book for each episode. Then we wrap up the theme with a retrospective episode covering our opinions and favorite moments from each of the books. Our current theme is Geof Darrow. Geof Darrow is a comic book artist who is best known for his work on the comic series Shaolin Cowboy, Hard Boiled, The Big Guy, and Rusty the Boy Robot. He was also the storyboarder for the Matrix series of movies. For our third book in this theme, we are reviewing The Big Guy.
Yeah, when I first read that, I kept confusing it as The Big Guy and the Rusty Boy Robot. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I really had to stop through that. Okay. The Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot, a book that is a collaboration between Frank Miller and Geof Darrow. So with that being said, let's jump into our review, starting with a summary. And so the big boy, see, you did it again.
No, that was right.
No,
that was right.
It is not.
Yeah. It's
Big
no,
Guy.
Big Boy is a burger chain.
Talon, you've set a series of traps for Cody.
Yeah, you have. Oh my gosh. It's like...
The big boy and the little boy. Okay. It's a two-issue comic about an attack on Tokyo by a giant four-armed, four-legged iguana with atomic breath. Did they say it's an iguana in it?
Yeah.
Legally distinct Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Godzilla, we swear.
Yes.
What's that one movie where they keep going, it looks like Godzilla? They go, like Godzilla. And look at the camera.
Was that Austin Powers?
No, I think it was actually a Japanese satirical movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think I've seen also a similar thing that was, I don't know. It's like the single eye and then like ringed with tentacles, but I don't remember what the monster's name is. But the same joke, you know.
I really thought this comic was satire, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Anyway, Rusty the Boy Robot, an Astroboy-like artificial intelligent weapon created by the Japanese government, is sent by the state to save the people of Tokyo, but is walloped. Now the leaders of Japan must make a drastic call, one they would have avoided had they thought that lives wouldn't be sacrificed. They called in the Americans. The Americans sent Big Guy, a man in a robotic exoskeleton, to take out the giant, legally distinct iguana, and he does so by using nuclear power to blow the creature to smithereens. After this, Rusty and Big Guy become partners, reluctantly on Big Guy's part. In this comic, there is also a short story about the Big Guy and Rusty taking on creatures in the ocean during 4th of July.
Also important clarification. It is uncertain whether or not there's a human inside of the big boy.
Big Guy. He's just a guy.
Inside the big guy.
Frank Miller is doing Americans a disservice. Like, we can't come up with a better name
We'll
than
get to
Big
that.
Guy.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
You chose this book, Talon, once again.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I chose it because, that was just the next pick. This guy, Geof Darrow, has like a few notable things, and so it's like
We chose the most popular one,
yeah,
and now we're going on the next one.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough. Yeah.
What were expectations going into this, though?
Yeah, I mean, I had some expectations based on reading Shaolin Cowboy. But I think, I was expecting a kind of like partnership, like kind of, I don't know, not quite, but Batman and Robin-esque, superhero kind of ish, but like I also wasn't entirely clear, if they were both going to be robots or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't have a lot of, and I definitely kind of just jumped right in to. I didn't think about what this title could possibly mean.
Yeah, the name definitely threw me for a loop. I was like, what is this gonna be about?
Gotcha.
I didn't even look at the like cover before going into it. I just started reading it, so I was like, okay, monsters. I mean, it always starts with a bad science experiment, right?
Right. Yeah. I did know that there was going to be at least one robot.
Very astute.
Yeah.
I don't even think I had expectations. I think I was just like, yeah.
You weren't expecting a robot?
No, I wasn't actually.
I wasn't expecting this type of story for Frank Miller, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's not in his usual, like, to draw upon.
Feel as intense as some of Frank Miller's stuff gets.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, nobody seems like they hate to be alive.
I mean, he makes some pretty dire stakes, right? Like, people are being turned into mini iguanas, dinosaurs, in my opinion. I kept just calling them dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They're dinosaurs.
They're dinosaurs.
Okay.
They can't all be iguanas.
Yeah.
Sure, they can be.
I think the giant one was just iguana-esque,
As dinosaurs are wont to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also hyper intelligent too. It seemed like everybody knew English, including the Japanese, but
You talking about the dinosaurs?
Do, like the thing where they put the brackets around and like translate it from Japanese.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
They'd have to do that for like every single line of dialogue then.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's one issue.
Two issues.
It's in one issue where most of the Japanese
Jake,
is being spoken.
That's assuming that English is the norm, right?
It's true.
So is the giant dinosaur speaking Japanese or English?
This comic book has been translated for your benefit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they could make the claim that he was only telepathy.
Because he can read their minds, literally.
Yeah. But at the same time, then you have to put that in a thought cloud with like the little like squigglies.
Not to mention,
or just like out in the air instead of without a speech bubble. Right?
Yeah. So some indication. There's multiple ways to indicate that you're in comic books.
Not to mention also the leaders, the Japanese leaders, were speaking English.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we're jumping ahead a little.
Jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you mean?
Okay,
I'm still in the summary.
Expectations.
Yeah.
Expectations wise.
Right.
Oh, wait, Jake.
Yeah, let me just a second. Let me say that I also forgot partway through that Frank Miller wrote this. So I was like, where is this going?
Yeah.
Who is this wordy?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got to the end, it was like Frank Miller. I was like, oh, that's why they're narrating everything to tell me exactly how I should feel about this.
Yeah. If like, because it's like what we've read specifically for the show, Sin City and Batman, or All-Star Batman and Robin, Boy Wonder.
Was year one also Frank?
Yeah, and year one. Yeah, I feel like that's more so true with Batman and Robin.
Sin City 2 has a lot of narration.
Yeah.
But
I guess it wasn't as grating.
It's a shorter series.
Yeah.
And there isn't quite as much, I would say, packed in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were going to ask, though, Jake, what was your expectation?
Well, first, I feel like I didn't get the best impression because when you look it up on the Play Store, it's like, well, if you buy these like 8 different issues of Dark Horse Presents, you'll get the 3 issues you need to read.
Jeez.
They're like, please buy this bundle. We'll give you anything.
Or you can buy a 112-page collector's edition, which is what I ended up buying.
Oh, gotcha.
Which also has a lot of extra covers and all that stuff, which is fine. But it's like I didn't do any research prior to this, but I thought like having read Shaolin Cowboy, I kind of expected very little, like, what's the word I want to use? Like, plot?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was
Even though-
expecting that too.
I guess it turns out Geof Darrow isn't the writer for this like he is for Shaolin Cowboy.
Yeah, but he still...
But I mean, there's probably some interaction, right?
Yeah, he still worked on the story. It's just that it's more like Frank Miller and Geof Darrow worked on the story together, and then Frank Miller wrote the dialogue.
That makes sense. Yeah, you got to make the script, but first you got to have the overview outline. I didn't read Shaolin Cowboy, so went into this very blind.
Yeah. Yeah. It was...
And I will expect this same exact thing from anything I read that Geof Darrow illustrates.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's right.
Okay, in one sentence, what do we think of this volume overall?
I'm not sure if it's serious or if it's satire, but I'm not sure I like either.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, and it's certainly at least an homage to things, but I think that...
Feels old.
Yeah.
And irritating.
I think I'd say something like mildly entertaining.
Well,
yeah.
Cool. Then let's dive into our general feel. Before it gets a little bit lost sauce, I'm going to say one thing that I did like. I thought it was cool that the primordial ooze stuff that was dripping from the Not Godzilla guy not only turned like people and animals, it also turned the robot's armor stuff.
Molecules.
Yeah.
Yes.
It didn't make sense, but it was cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. If there's one part I would say that it's hard to say I liked it because overall the story was just kind of too much for me. But I appreciated how it upped the stakes, that aspect of it, because it does feel dire. And I was like, am I upset because this is supposed to be upsetting, like it's such a bad situation? Or am I upset because I don't like reading this book? Is this the intended feeling?
Gotcha. I also liked the use of sciencey terminology.
Yeah,
genetic versus molecular.
Yeah, technobabble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least, well, they didn't say it up front, and so maybe in some way I'm making excuses for this book, but at least I was like, oh, this isn't how it works, but at least I can see it's like, oh, they were experimenting with making like the primordial ooze, the line between not life and life. So it kind of makes sense that stuff would be able to just create life from not life.
Well, it would turn into whatever based on the influence, right?
Right, yeah.
But then the evil influence floats in through the vents? I don't know. They never say.
Yeah, no.
The evil spirit gets into the room.
Yeah, it is, I think, specifically just the act of humans trying to play God.
Oh, they're being punished?
Yeah.
I saw Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about why the creature exists?
Yeah, I mean,
Those
I think so.
dinosaurs are not evil in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but they're also, I guess, I don't know, the dinosaurs all like, you didn't know that we could speak and we're super
Foolish
intelligent.
humans.
But also they didn't have atomic breath, you know? I'm
true.
like, I think that was like
You don't know that. You literally don't know that.
I don't know that. I feel like it would somehow show up in the fossil record.
Yes.
Like there would be a way. They'd be all like, "Wow, this
Watch
was like a
out.
nuclear blast, but from like 5,000 years ago."
Watch out, the dinosaurs are evil. Written on the wall.
Yeah. In the mud from.
Yeah, that's a fossil.
Yeah.
Okay, so like what made it so irritating for me overall was like we've mentioned a little bit of is the amount of words and also what they said.
And how it was drawn.
What a surprise. Actually, yes.
Well,
But it all contributed, unfortunately. Word-wise, I really don't like that style of writing, and it feels dated to... I definitely kept thinking, oh, this is like those old issues, like the Galactus trilogy we read.
Yeah,
it's very much that style, and just so much of it. So much.
Yeah.
Constantly, for everything.
Yeah.
Do you have an example off the top of your head?
It's so wordy.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much go to any page of this book, I think, and you find it.
I guess to me, I did not feel that it was that wordy.
Yeah, I mean, here, I'll...
But, maybe it's just me, and I, read it 2 days ago, and so I forgot.
Yeah, I think that it's like...
I guess from afar, it definitely looks like a lot of words.
It's also the style. It's just the style of writing, too. Like, even the dialogue of the characters is so cheesy.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. The people running away saying, there must be someone somewhere who can save us, but how?
And
who?
Wait, you read that and you were like, that's cheesy?
Nobody says that. They just run and scream.
I definitely read that and I was like, oh, okay. Who is it?
And then,
or like probably more like, oh yeah, I know who it is. This is where he comes in.
It's also the fact that's the repetition, right? How much the monster monologues is like, you foolish humans, you foolish humans. Oh, you thought you could defeat me, you foolish humans.
You keep sending toys and toys.
This toy is entertaining. This toy is no longer entertaining. Like,
wow, fascinating. That is fascinating. I did not get that at all.
Yeah.
Oh my
As
gosh.
the person is being crushed, we're nothing. We're ants. We don't have a chance, which I think might actually be a reference to Johnny Storm going into the negative zone or whatever. When he's all like, we're ants. We're just ants. It kind of freaks out.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
Especially, man, Rusty.
Ah, man, Rusty, that made me so sad. I was really rooting for that guy.
Yeah, but he's just so like, obviously.
I'm nothing to him. Nothing. He barely even noticed me. My first mission, my one chance to prove myself, and I blew it. Everybody was counting on me, and I let them down. They never should have built me, and I'm sorry they ever did. I'm just a waste of parts and money. A failure. A crummy little hunk of junk. That's all I am.
I feel very Rusty. No, don't do it.
Don't worry. As the narration dictates, poor little Rusty's titanium alloy body protective circuits, but nothing protects the boy robot from the torment of his thoughts.
What's the point of the robot?
Maybe I just relate that.
That's the thing. That's almost interesting, but we're not going to spend time on that, you guys.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. They do not do that.
I think also one of my favorite parts was the ending. The monster's destroyed, sort of. And then they're like, here's your gift, big guy. It's a little robot. And big guy's like, I don't want this. Yeah. He doesn't say it, but you can tell he doesn't want it. Yeah. And Rusty's like, I don't think he wants me.
Oh. Yeah.
I was like, okay, actual like human emotional conflict. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is there another issue after this that's going to explore that a little? No, I guess not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even if you happened to read the 4th of July special, they're just fighting a monster.
I just cannot stand this amount of narration of like, for generations to come, parents will tell their children of their gleaming gladiator who arrived at Tokyo's darkest hour. The story will pass from mother to son, from father to daughter, from grandchild to great-grandchild. It's a day none shall forget. And then there's 2 more narration boxes that just keeps going. Shocked, shaken spectators will tell how pavement shred like paper, how the gladiator rose from the earth, undaunted, determined, his steely burden in tow. But I can see why you like it, Talon. As I was reading this, I went, Talon probably loves this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd say that I've had...
Because it's a tale of heroics.
Yeah. I've seen narrations done like that, but that, like, everything that you read is spread across, like, impactful.
Like, when they did it, was spread across.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's also, it sometimes doesn't feel like it trusts art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so much work put into this art, and then it's got to explain to me the thing that I'm supposed to be imagining and seeing on page already.
Yeah.
So it just kind of feels like it coddles you a little bit, and that's I mean, that's an older style, and that's why, I don't really like some of those older style comics.
Yeah.
Because they have that pairing together where they're like, and this is what happens on panel. And the person's like, okay, I got to write all this up there.
Yeah.
And then draw it.
It's like, you know what? Just write out the description and I'll just write that.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of the art is giving you a visual message if you're also having to explain what's actually happening? You're like, and the reason why Rusty's doing that is because he has a secret missile inside him. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and like...
No secret missile?
No, that happened with Big Guy. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Rusty.
Oh, like when he came out of the ship?
Yeah. But my whole point of that being that explaining without actually showing.
Oh, okay.
Again, not trusting the art to show the part.
Yeah, also kind of weird. Like, this is, again, it's like homage, pastiche, whatever, to like older comics, but like we're just like the art is showing shooting the monsters with bullets, and it's like, no, these are trank bullets. I'm very specifically not killing anybody.
Yes,
which
yes.
I think that actually graded me a little bit extra, because recently in my own personal reading, I was reading World War Hulk, where they did the same thing, where he is specifically trying to cause destruction, but everybody keeps pointing out he's not actually killing anybody. It's just like,
no one was harmed in the making of this comic.
Yeah. It's just like, but why? We can have the Hulk not be so redeemed. That's allowed, I feel.
He's just a gentle giant.
Yeah.
He became a king. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess also another thing that felt like a personal affront was Rusty the robot. Japanese robot. How dare you? Bring Astro Boy in here. Get him out of here. He's so clearly like American style Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Even the colors. I'm like, this would not... Yeah. Japan wouldn't do this.
No, they
Japan
wouldn't.
knows how to do mascots.
It's so true. It really is. And very American looking. And yeah, just not very Astro Boy-like, and it just feels kind of like, man, it would be cool if like Astro Boy fought Godzilla, but also he would need the help of like an American military.
I was gonna say that next. What an American story!
Yeah,
there's definitely a reading that's like, is Frank Miller like super concerned with the Indo-Pacific and the United States' influence on it?
Jake, I think the word you're looking for is patriotic. He has a sense of national pride that unrivaled.
If it's taking place in America, I'd say, yeah, sure.
We don't have enough of that.
But it sounds like, actually, the Protectorate is super good for Japan. They all love it.
Well, I guess at the end, they love it. In the beginning, they were like, we don't really want to.
Well, it's not even that they don't love it. It's that they go, oh, man, we know they could help us, but we have our dignity.
Yeah.
Which, going to the satire, whether this is satire aspect, I'm like, what are they commenting on exactly?
Right.
Like, when did this come out?
2017.
2017. Okay.
1996 was when it originally came out.
Okay.
When was it?
96?
96?
Okay.
96.
I must have been looking at a re-release.
Yeah. That makes sense. But also if it was 2017, I was like, oh, maybe it's the earthquake.
1995.
95.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so, yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm like, what just happened in Japan in that time?
They've always been going through things.
And
they've always need our help.
So
they might have made a Godzilla movie by that point. I mean, not the first one, but like recently.
A recent Godzilla.
Right before the American Godzilla came out in 98.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just
And I think there was a pretty
Godzilla.
significant gap between that and the last.
Yeah, there was.
Then never mind.
Quote.
Yeah.
A Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything like historical between the United States and Japan, where it was like, and I'm trying to think too, like just general military response, because I would have said that this was at least post 9/11 with the like patriotism and stuff. Whereas
We've always had that.
I know.
There was a recession in Japan in the 90s.
Yeah, that's not big enough though.
For them it was.
Not for Frank Miller and Geof Darrow to comment on it.
Dang.
Well, they just, they had that big boom in the 80s, and then they had the recession afterwards.
Okay.
And so Frank Miller
you mean
obviously...
a boom and bust?
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, never mind. It's a term in history. You'll understand when you're older.
What are you talking about, Daylon? You're once again acting like just a very common phrase is like a funny reference. And it's really
Anything can be made a funny reference.
I suppose. Okay. Anyway, you were saying, Shwenta.
I don't know what I was saying anymore.
Yeah.
History repeats itself. Japan always needs our help, in our opinion.
Yeah. In our world police opinion.
No, that can't be it.
I agree, Jake.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'm scrolling to the 1990s in Japan Wikipedia page.
I literally am doing the same.
Events.
I am doing the same.
Yeah. No, the only thing that I can kind of think of is that generally the United States, like there was a large, fairly conservative opinion that like Japan was culturally taking over the United States because like things like Pokemon like blew up in such a significant way, functionally killing the Saturday morning cartoon industry by just redistributing anime. And then also, the Western video game market as well.
Man, they must shudder now.
Yeah, so there was a lot of like, and that's kind of where a lot of I mean, you can question like the validity of this totally, but there's theorizing that the conservative evangelical like saying that like things like Pokemon are like satanic actually comes from, the idea that there's like, oh, we need to actual industry, but like trying to control people through being like, oh yeah, it's satanic, that's why, because they're like consumer interests. But that's kind of more of like slightly conspiracy brain.
I don't know if Frank Miller was tapping into that.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think
on a conscious level.
Yeah, not on a conscious level, no.
I don't know. He could have written this at any point, right? And
Yeah.
before they actually made it into a comic.
That's true.
I can't help. Yeah, the moment they had the like, we can't ask America for help, I was like, what about everybody else?
Yeah.
There's a world out there. But the moment they were like, America, we got to give up our dignity and ask America for help.
Yeah.
Like, okay, something about Japan and America.
Yeah, it's also weird because that same conversation happens in Shin Godzilla.
Oh.
And like it becomes like this is a Japanese problem made by Japanese people. The Japanese need to solve it.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of Godzilla -1, not Shin Godzilla. I don't remember Shin Godzilla. But so what was that contemporary, that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was 2016?
Okay.
Yeah, it's older than...
But I mean, the setting was contemporary because like Godzilla -1 like takes place like right after
yes,
World
it
War II.
was modern day.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind then. Yeah, because I like they even, because they are recently what's the word? Not colonized, but when a military comes in after winning a war. Occupied, thank you. Yeah, they were recently occupied, so the U.S. military does try to fight Godzilla, but they fail, and they just kind of give up, and are like, it's not us. So, but yeah, that also I feel like the Japanese are like, feel like a sense of like ownership and don't want the US to like necessarily be involved because they are like very recently occupied.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's because we're in the United States, but I feel like those feelings would not extend as much to the 90s.
What do you mean? You feel like they'd be past that by the 90s?
I guess, but also as I say that, I feel like that's actually wrong. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't actually. It's based on my feelings of like geopolitics, I guess, and what has been told to me, not how, if I'm just like coming from a clean slate, I'd be all like, yeah, that makes sense. I would expect them to still be mad, actually.
I don't know. We're probably overanalyzing the comic a little bit.
Probably.
Because I'm thinking about all the details. I'm like, there's just not that much to work off of.
You're right.
They're like, we have dignity. We got to give up our dignity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty dire when the saliva of the monster turns you into more of the monster.
Yep.
That's true.
I did enjoy that detail.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it just meant more,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, it does feel like.
Also, I mean, the ending. I kind of expected the ending to be, because it seems like Big Guy was going to get defeated. He was trying his all. He was trying these different tricks, trying to trick the monster into letting him close. Then he's just punching it, which, like, okay, we can all punch. But then they never bring back Rusty. I was like, oh, they'll have to like team up, and only with the power of both of them, America and Japan side by side.
Yeah.
But then you just need a train.
Yeah.
Well, it's a subway, right?
They should have named this comic The Big Guy, and then had in the little box featuring Rusty the Boy Robot.
Yeah, I mean, that was something that like really bothered me, honestly, was that I thought, like, especially by issue 2, that it would be all like, okay, now they're going to team up. But we didn't even see Rusty the Boy Robot's powers, really. Like, he talked about them in dialogue.
And he was like, they're useless.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, it was like...
So useless we didn't write it into the comic.
Yeah, something like nuclear protonic blasts or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't even see the nuclear protonic blasts. I just... They were so small in comparison to the monster.
Also, the fact that the molecules of the people who've been changed can be turned back as long as you destroy the monster.
Yeah.
It's the usual. I mean, it's usual. But you
don't worry about how.
You think they'd want to do like a little techno babble, like we've reversed it by doing this.
Yeah.
Nah, they expended all their energy with the molecule one.
Exercise the dark spirit.
Yeah.
All is fine.
They just need a little kiss on the forehead from a human. And their saliva.
They just need to be pepper sprayed by Big Guy.
It's not a kiss on the forehead. It's a spit to the forehead.
No.
It's a punch. Yeah. He punches all of them to tranquilize them.
Yeah. Tranquilize.
That looks
punch.
pretty
It should
brutal.
just be magic.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not magic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can't choose
It's
it.
just pretending to be science that does all magic things.
Yeah.
That's a lot of comics. But yeah, it won't even keep up the ruse for a little bit.
Yeah.
They won't give a line about like the purity of the lizard DNA is reverting people into lizards.
I've reversed the sound waves
Yeah. No.
to remove the effect.
Also, yeah, the dialogue of the Godzilla guy really did remind me of just like the first appearance of the lizard, Kurt Connors from Amazing Spider-Man, like number 6. It's like just like, yes, and my goal is to turn everybody else into lizards.
Why?
I'm evil.
Yeah, because I'm a lizard and I don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
But
Even that would have been more interesting for this monster.
It's true.
Well, he was exacting retribution.
You must embrace your inner evil lizard by turning into a lizard. I mean, iguana, as you've been saying.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he's like, no, you guys have lived long enough on this earth. You have subjugated me, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to destroy you.
How have they subjugated the dinosaurs?
He's just jealous that his people died.
Well, that's editorializing. Are you covering over the plight of iguanas everywhere?
I don't know where you got this iguana thing.
Yeah, I think they mentioned it.
Did. You mentioned
it.
Yeah, but just once, and I think it's more of a joke.
Yeah,
just like it's a giant iguana.
Yeah.
That is the only mention of what this species is. So I was like, that's it.
I mean, it literally says like you didn't know dinosaurs could talk.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. They did say that.
It's not like we killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's an asteroid. Or meteorite, whatever the technical term is.
Yeah, but who sent the asteroid? Apparently us.
God.
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's just our hubris for trying to create life, I guess. Okay.
That'd be more interesting if the dinosaur hated being alive because we brought it back.
That's actually true. That's such a good point.
A perfect society untainted by your fragile fantasies of love and mercy. He's just mad that we have so much love.
Yeah, that's right.
Compassion.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then we don't even defeat him with the power of love.
It's just a train.
Mm-hmm. Train, space,
and a bomb.
Beat
Nuke.
him with the power of
The only way
reality.
to defeat violence is more violence.
Yeah.
Stronger violence.
Which also, that feels targeted. The only way to save Japan is a nuke.
Yeah. I was just about to say that, Jake. I was like, whoa. And then all of the Japanese people will love us.
Okay, so
And they'll give you a robot.
Yeah.
This is like the awful thing, though, too, because the dinosaur iguana falls into the ocean, and that's where the bomb explodes. It's like not even off of Earth.
Yeah.
I know. When they did that, and they're like, finally, somewhere where nobody will be affected.
Oh, yeah.
The poor fish.
Yeah.
It's always like that, right? We'll test the nuclear bombs here, and everybody will be fine. Who matters?
Yeah. Yeah.
The whale going by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and who knows? Like, yeah, the fish that might survive and get put into trawlers and stuff.
Right. It's like
eaten.
It's fine. They tested a bunch of nukes in the 60s, and it hasn't hurt anybody.
We've been fine ever since.
That's what I heard.
Do we want to discuss the art a little bit?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Sean.
So the art is very Geof Darrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, honestly, I felt like he's holding back a little bit.
I agree. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you've looked at Shaolin Cowboy, it is how did I describe it? Like, it is just trying to maximize everything, you know? Like, just violence and bodies and just, like, kind of ugliness and also detail in, like, background and stuff. And this feels more like, something that's all ages. And yeah, just like very like, yeah, I guess I'll do this, and it's in my style, but
I don't know if this is all ages.
well, in comparison to Shaolin Cowboy, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Melting pile of humans turning into one dinosaur.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot worse than Shaolin Cowboy. I consider it worse.
I can concede that maybe it's not all ages, but it's a little bit more appropriate.
It is toned down.
Yeah.
In your opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, man, as a Christian, I was like, oh, thank God. Thank you that this is not as bad as Shaolin Cowboy.
Hey, man, sometimes life is brutal.
Yeah.
And that's why we should make art of that.
Mm-hmm. True.
But yeah, so no, I agree with Cody. My opinion was like focused on it's not intentionally ugly. as Shaolin Cowboy was. And so that was interesting. There's a lot.
I like how the city is drawn a lot, like the backgrounds in general. I'm not a big fan of super detailed styles like this where it's just oversaturated with details. I think that was one of the first things I noticed too that was grating on me, where it's like there's so much text and there's so many details. It's like sensory overload.
Yeah, especially again, to compare to Shaolin Cowboy, there's a lot of text, not as right. Is that?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Basically
crab.
because the main character, the crab.
Oh yeah,
did
the
a lot
crab
of narration.
talks a
Yeah,
lot, that's right.
but also the main character didn't talk at all. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylon, you thought that this didn't have a lot of text anyway, so I don't know if Taylon can tell when there's a lot of text.
Yeah, but no, I very much agree with, that's just Geof Darrow's style, but I don't know, it can work in some instances.
It's that thing again, I mean, it's that personal thing again where I go, there's so many little lines. You didn't have to draw all of them. What is it adding to the picture?
Right. Yeah. When you what did I see? I saw one of the military officials, but also one of the Japanese.
Do you remember which section it was?
Yeah, it was in the beginning.
I love that monkey. Wish that monkey was more important.
Oh yeah, and the monkey talks. Why?
It does?
That's the best character.
Yeah, the monkey talks.
I missed that.
Goes edgy, getting nervous. Be quiet, Jenny.
Yeah. Edgy, really worried.
Okay.
Got jitters really bad.
That's got to be Geof Darrow.
Yeah. Geof Darrow does like talking animals. I think that is.
So talking animal, Geof Darrow. Also finding ourselves inside of the stomach acid of a giant beast. Also Geof Darrow.
Yeah.
What's worse than that? There's no escape. They're like, there was a small number of casualties. I'm like, those people died.
Yeah.
There's no saving them.
Yeah.
Gosh, the big guy picked up a building. People were like, oh my gosh, we're about to die. We thought we were safe. He's like, don't worry, you will be safe.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's like right after he lands the building right down on the ground. And he's like, oh yeah, now they've escaped. Or like, now they've gotten out. You've already smashed the building into the ground.
No, Taylon, they got out. The book said they got out.
Oh, you're right. Who am I to argue with that?
Yeah.
He drew every single air conditioning unit on these buildings.
Also,
why?
We didn't see them get out of the building either. I thought that was an interesting detail not to include.
The book says that they got out.
Yeah.
What's
we
the
didn't
problem?
have enough budget to shoot this scene with all the extras.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I do like some of the paneling choices, like here, where it was the quick succession of panels of the monster blasting helicopters out of the sky.
I don't think I noticed. I took note of that. I'm not sure I really liked it that much.
It was the one moment where I was like, okay, there's not a billion details because it's smaller panels.
Yeah.
And then there's the text is underneath, so I don't have to worry about it also being in there with the billion details.
Yeah. I didn't like, and I think I've seen Eric Larson, I want to say, but I could be wrong, so don't, quote me on this if I'm citing somebody. But he was saying that, a splash page needs to be a splash page. It is one image across 2 pages of comic book. I don't really like these, it goes up here and then follows.
I always despise those.
Yeah.
Even when they're printed. They're difficult a little bit to go through when you're reading them on a phone or a computer because you have to scroll sideways, which feels a little unnatural.
Yeah.
And then even on paper, I'm like,
Yeah.
What do you mean I have to find where the next speech bubble is somewhere on the other side?
Yeah.
That's the thing also with splash pages when they shove in a bunch of text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really a splash page, in my opinion, should just be for big, awesome action.
And that is my favorite panel of this comic, is on page 20, I guess it's 26, 27. It is a giant splash page of just the dinosaur going, die, shooting his atomic breath, and a whole bunch of tanks just go boom. I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go, yeah,
Yeah, you can have exclamations and like splash pages.
For sure. Okay. Cool. Is there I guess moving on to questioning our theme. So basically our theme is Geof Darrow, and so it'd be a good opportunity theme. How would you describe Jeff's artistic style and storytelling?
Seems to add a lot of, like, what would be the word for that? Well, a lot of detail, which is, like, technically impressive from a certain perspective. But I haven't felt like it's added anything.
Yeah.
At least to my reading.
It's hard for me personally, since I haven't read Shaolin Cowboy, to say anything about his narrative style and whether, how much of Frank Miller's writing is dictating his style in this. But it's definitely overwhelming amount of detail that doesn't feel... I mean, it's intentional, obviously.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel focused in such a way. It feels a little unfocused.
Yeah. Last episode, I compared him to Frank Quitely. Are you familiar with that artist, Shawanta?
I remember the name. You'd have to show me the style for me to remember.
Yeah, he's like All-Star Superman.
Was it Batman Returns?
Yeah.
Or the...
Yeah. Or wait, no. Not the... I don't know. Here, I'll show you some images, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Falcon, like the Superman Falcon scene. I thought that was Frank Quitely. Or is that? Well, no. So in The Dark Knight Returns, that Superman panel...
No, that's Frank Miller.
Oh, doing the art?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another Frank.
Yeah, different Frank. But anyway, yeah. I just I feel like Frank Quitely gets like a little bit more of like the detailed, more like focused, like you said.
There's certain, and some of his stuff, it seems like there's areas where there's not a ton of details. Like you can imagine, like even, looking at this picture where it's a super detailed tongue and then mouth and then the teeth, I can thinking about Geof Darrow's style, I'm like, there'd be a bunch of lines on the teeth.
Yeah.
With like so many lines everywhere.
And what about that do you not like?
Just feels unnecessary. If there's a ton of details in everything, then I think details, you over detail something when you want people to look at it in some ways. So sometimes when everything's over detailed, then it's just a bunch of noise that's doesn't feel like you're making me focus on anything. So it feels kind of loose.
Yeah. And I think that there's just something to be said for the artistic merit of economy of line too,
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Things having less lines the farther away they are can be really fun simplification.
Okay. Taking note.
So yeah, some of the stuff with big guys, looking at his legs here, it's nice. There's not a ton of scraggly lines everywhere.
Yeah.
I will say his composition seems pretty solid. I felt like I always knew where to look next. At one point, I was like, if there's going to be this much text, I'm just going to stop reading it because it's not adding to the story for me. So I stopped reading it for a little bit there in the middle, and I was just going through the pictures. I was like, they're okay. I can tell where to look next without the speech bubbles. I can tell what's happening without the speech bubbles. Yeah. Man, I hate those explosions, though.
Can I see?
Hate every single, too many lines. It's not even letting the color, breathe.
Well, he's getting blasted on all ends, so how can he breathe?
That's crazy.
No, that is interesting you point out the explosions too, because it does remind me of I watched an interview. Oh, what is his name? I'm blanking on it now. He was the guy that visited at Comic-Con kind of recently.
You mean, did he do...
No.
Or I'm thinking...
Yeah, anyway, though, I'll think of it later and then be mad that I couldn't remember. But he basically created the for Marvel.
Okay.
And so he did that, and he was talking about, but he's like a comics, and he studied under Wally Wood, who was a golden age from the 30s and 40s. And one time he was just doing the explosion, and then basically Wally went out on lunch and came back, and this guy was still working on them, and he was all like, what are you doing? This is too much, and just basically removed all of his work and then did it real fast. And he was
yeah, sometimes that's right. You're overthinking it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
you are doing so much that is losing all the action and motion in it.
Mm-hmm.
You are over constructing this line by line.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it's about flow.
I was recently working on a mini comic, and that's exactly how I feel with one of the panels that I did, because it's all the detail of the pillars, because it was a very fancy
Now
office.
do it 20 times, Talon. Now draw it again and again and again. And that's what Geof Darrow has done to himself. And I hope he's happy.
Yeah.
Also, I think he is.
Yeah. Also writer and...
Okay.
For our last question, do you think that this narrative enhances Geof's art style or takes away from it?
I think, so the narrative that... I don't think so. I think, this is another thing that kind of a general opinion, was that this feels like something... It feels a little high school, not in complete immaturity, but it's just wow, this is so cool,
What if we put a bunch of explosions there?
Yeah.
I mean, I would also attribute that to being an older style comic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the spectacle that you're supposed to get caught up in. I don't care about the story itself.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, and this also is kind of tangential, but one thing that we could consider too is in comparison to popular comics of the time, where basically trying to bounce off of the hyper extreme comic.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's trying to be against that in some way, but I don't know.
Do you think that's what this comic is doing?
In some way, by being
by existing at that time and making it at that time.
Yeah, and having obvious reverence for old-timey writing and sci-fi monster movie stuff.
I do think it's unintentionally a satire. I don't think it's intentional that it's kind of corny. I think that's just the style of the time that they're remaking.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that it's less of meaning to make fun of it. I think it is. I mean, maybe to some extent, some there's definitely some coy smiling.
Okay.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, but at the same time, it's not haha, yeah, and all old comics are funny because they're written this much,
Mm-hmm.
It's we like this. It's just kind of funny to be doing it now.
It's funny because the art style does remind me of how Frank Miller, how he does faces in some ways, because that's, there's the only thing I read of Geof Darrow's art style. So I keep thinking of Frank Miller, who wrote it, and his art style. But I would say that it's that thing again. I keep going, you put so much effort into this for a story that doesn't feel that deep.
Yeah.
I feel like a very detailed art style like this could work with a more serious storyline that is a little bit deeper. We're putting so much time into each panel and we're not really going to communicate that much. We're just getting by with what the story is. And the story at its surface level is heroically defeating a monster with brute force.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never thought about that before. That makes sense.
I don't think it's a rule, but in this case, I do feel like it is a little disservice to the art style.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that way with Shaolin? Can recall?
Can you rephrase the question?
If you can recall Shaolin, do you think that
It's
his
a
art
deeper
style
story.
fit that?
Oh, yeah, with his writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yeah, because in some ways, like, well, yeah, I think that somebody's own writing works with their art style.
It's kind of hard to not be.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that Shaolin Cowboy. Yeah, it's everything to the max. You know, it's just all there so much. You know, and I think that is also with the text. Has that aspect. I don't know if they necessarily enhance each other, but they do go together.
Gotcha.
It sounds like they are both serving the same purpose.
Yeah.
That Geof Darrow has, which is to the max.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I think that is, yeah. And I guess maybe you could say that in that way, this story still goes along. You know, it's still, it's of a piece, you know, with like, it's not going to be as extreme as Shaolin Cowboy was, as we said. But also there is that, like, you know, you could still very easily do a, you know, 50s, 60s, kind of homage comic and not have it be like this, where there's also skin sloughy dinosaur people.
Oh my god, I'm imagining like Animorph style.
Yeah.
They're turning into dinosaurs. No.
Right. Yeah, that's what it would be like, actually, if it was like, you know, more realistic to
I
the
feel like
time
that would be
period.
almost more endearing to me.
Yeah.
I want it a little bit more goofy. It does. It's such a detailed art style, and it's very kind of extreme in its body horror. I'm like, this is horrific, but also people are being like, "Oh no!" in the streets. I don't know. There's something silly about the dialogue, but the art's not being so silly. They're like, take this seriously.
Yeah,
and they will die.
Yeah, and I do think that they are purposefully aiming to have some comedy from that juxtaposition. I just don't think it works for me.
It's mostly upsetting to me.
Yeah.
Not to be too thin-skinned.
Yeah, I don't think much of it resonates.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay. Was there any thoughts you had, Jake?
No, I mean, I mentioned it earlier. There's not like a lot of plot in these books.
Yeah.
Shaolin Cowboy and whatever this comic's title is.
The big
The
guy
big guy.
and Rusty the boy robot.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there's no character development in this. I guess there's a tiny bit in Shaolin Cowboy if you really want to stretch for like the donkey as a character. Like there's a climax technically and rising action, but like that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Things either solve themselves or they don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Okay.
It would require like a further exploration of these characters, which they don't really seem interested in.
No. Yeah. It is very.
So you just don't do it.
Yeah. It's interested in being like, whoa, cool.
Yeah.
It's a whoa, cool comic.
Whoa, gross.
Usually I'm down for whoa cool comics though. I don't get the whoa cool
This
from
one
this.
dragged itself through
Yeah.
my consciousness.
It's true.
If it was shorter,
If it was shorter, oh my gosh.
No, yeah, it does. It does
kinda-
have the feeling of just being like, 22 pages.
We gotta hit that.
Yeah.
Actually,
there are certain sections where it definitely drags itself a little bit more. Where I'm like, we've just seen this. Like, we get it. They can't defeat the monster. Monster bad. Monster too strong.
Yeah, that's fair. When I think about it, I'm like, I can see how it could just be it.
Okay. Cool. So, kind of ending us off, what is one thing we would hope to see if the story continues?
Well, I'm pretty sure it doesn't continue.
We know that because it's been like
that's kind
25
of why,
plus years.
That's why I said if.
It's been 30 years.
But if it did.
If it did continue. I definitely want to see more Rusty.
Well,
I feel like I was gypped on that end.
does he remind you of yourself? See a little Rusty in yourself.
I am too vain.
He's not even a vain. He's just a little guy.
I am vain.
He's trying to prove himself.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Are you just a little guy trying to prove yourself? It's the big bad world.
No, I would want to see specifically them like working together more. Like just the fact that it's like, we basically saw one instance where Rusty was trying to defeat the monster, failed, and then all of Big Guy trying and eventually succeeding in defeating the dinosaur, and then them being like, oh, I guess we're partners.
I mean, I don't even. Big Guy doesn't even accept that.
No,
by the
he
end
doesn't.
Of it.
No,
Just like, no, you're not my partner.
Yeah.
So there's no resolution to that, right?
Yeah.
They begin the problem with their introduction, and they go, the end.
Can you imagine? That's the inciting incident. This whole comic is the inciting incident
of their partnership. Yeah.
Why'd they even show the monkey if they're not going to bring the monkey back?
Right.
That's the thing, right? You start off, experiment, and then you get right into that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, if it's like, coming from like the, science of doing a pilot episode of something, it's like, this should be setting up exactly how a long running series is going to look, with, characters getting used to each other when they interact for the first time, but they interact at the end, and that's so weird.
But they are the title.
They're the title.
Yes. Okay, so I guess we kind of agree that, if they had any hint of that, of ways they could get along, that would be interesting.
Because I mean, based on their personalities, I think that they would have a interesting dynamic. But I don't know that for sure because they didn't tell me.
They exchanged barely any words.
It just makes me think of that, like, classic trope of like that guy who's like, that girl, me and her, we're a thing. It's like, she doesn't even know you exist, bro.
It's The Incredibles all over again.
I mean, I guess one thing I can also, this is kind of outside of the question, but I can imagine potentially, like, it would be kind of funny if Big Guy basically, like, for like, maybe an arc or maybe an issue, I don't know, basically is all like, keeps on like speeding to the next, can actually like keep up, like he's not as fast, and then fixing it and then going to the next one, but then finally like Rusty gets ahead of him. But then in the 4th of July special, which we didn't really go over, but is really just nothing, it's a couple pages that's a gag. In that part of the gag is that Rusty is giving the beachgoers basically the same as an airline stewardess, like safety training thing. It's just all like, please make sure that you exit in an orderly fashion, blah 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 blah, while Big Guy's doing all the work fighting the monster. And then basically as soon as the monster is done, all of the people are ignoring him, and then he's like, and now Big Guy is finished with the monster, so you may continue to your beach activities, which they never stopped.
Story doesn't even respect him.
I definitely didn't like that. I was like, wow, okay.
So Anyway, though, I guess I could imagine, though, like, big guy giving him, like, small little responsibilities like that, you know, to occupy him. But I'm not sure if I'd actually like that, though. I just think that that's probably where it would have gone. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, mostly it's just like Shaolin Cowboy. It's about the whoa cool and jokes. Spectacle. Yeah.
So I will say, like, I did enjoy this more than Shaolin Cowboy, and I was like, man, this is the comic that I should have picked, or that I would have picked Shaolin Cowboy, right? But you had picked it, and so I was like, but I'm glad I picked this one instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I understand.
I feel like I enjoyed them roughly the same, but this was shorter.
And what a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of get that, Jake, actually. I'm like, yeah, I was glad to see, like, because I was like, okay, 116 pages or whatever, you know, is like pretty doable, but I bet there's going to be a bunch of extras back there. And I like zoomed ahead and I was like, yeah, okay.
Wow.
That says a lot about expectations.
See, joke's on me. I thought it was the full.
Yeah, I got to the end. I went, oh no, there's more still.
No, I think I do that on a lot of books. I like to know where we're ending.
Also, to be fair, when I got to the ending of this, like I said, I went, oh, I actually want to see this dynamic develop. Maybe there's more. No, joke's on you.
Okay, well, there you have it. That is our review of The Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot. If you liked this episode, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TheComicPanel1 and listen to more of us on Spotify. Our title is The Comic Panel Podcast. You can also listen to us on KSUARadio.com or 91.5 FM in Fairbanks, Alaska. Be sure to tune in 2 weeks from now for our retrospective on the theme. No, this is not. Don't we have one more to read?
Yes. We do.
Yeah.
Sorry, not retrospective.
No. So tune in 2 weeks for our next next comic in the theme of Geof Darrow comics, which is Jake's pick.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have your pick yet? It's all right if you don't.
No.
There's only a few choices.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Then tune in 2 weeks to find out. In the meantime, I'm Cody.
I'm Taylon.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Shawenta.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.